Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group number 2. First of all, I want to introduce our teammate. My name is Muhamad Shafiq bin Abdul Razak, number matric C21A1807 as a candidate A.
My name is Noor, Adlina, Dhabitah, and Faris. Matric number C21A1890 as a candidate B.
My name is Muhamad Khuarizmi bin Abdul Razak. My number matric is C21A1852. I am candidate C.
I'm Noor Shafiqah Binti Azli. My number matric C21A1903 SAS candidate D.
Okay, today we will do discussion about what are the contributing factors that make Malaysia a famous tourist attraction. In my opinion, the contributing factor that make Malaysia is a famous tourism attractive is food. In Malaysia, there are various races and cultures. In addition, in each state has a different food. So Malaysia has a lot of food from every culture and state. Because of that, Malaysia is famous for its food. For example, in the north of Malaysia, it is more famous for nasi kandar, especially in Penang, because the state has a population with a majority of Muslim India. Apart from that, Malaysia is also famous for its food called laksa. There are several states that are famous for laksa, such as Johor, Sarawak, and Kedah. The most well-known food in Malaysia is nasi lemak. It has become a Malaysian trademark. There are many food that tourists can try in Malaysia. That's all for me. How about your opinion, candidate B?
Thank you, candidate A, for your opinion. So I have my own opinion. The most important factor that make Malaysia one of the famous tourist attraction in the world is people. In Malaysia, we have multicultural society. The main ethnic group are the native Malay. As we know, large populations like Indian and Chinese. So when you come to Malaysia, you can see that Malaysia multicultural is very good. You can know how their way of life and religion. Malaysia will be the country harmonious in the world because of their multicultural. Next, Malaysia society also known for being trustworthy, that is willing to work hard for something they need of their life. Malaysia people have their own charm, that they are friendly with each other and like to help anyone who is in trouble with such thing. It makes many tourists attract to people in Malaysia. How about you, candidate C?
Okay, thank you, candidate B. I choose culture factor that make Malaysia is famous tourist attraction is because culture among the Malaysian is Malaysian. The Malaysian population among the is also multiracial, and of course there are many different cultures. Cultural factor greatly influence the arrival of tourists to Malaysia. This is because tourists want to see the culture diversity in Malaysia. Next, tourists want to see the culture of the Malay community of the traditions, the culture history of resisting Western's power in Malaya. After that, there are many more culture in Sabah and Sarawak. For example, the culture of the Iban people in Sarawak and Dayak people in Sabah. The culture of the tribe is full of different language and lifestyles. The tourists can also witness and try to learn the culture in Malaysia. Thank you. What's about you, candidate B?
Thank you, candidate C. So my opinion, yes, candidate A.
Oh, no, sorry.
So I will continue. The factor that make Malaysia a famous tourist attraction is the island and beaches. Malaysia also has many scenic islands. The water and scenic beauty of the island fascinate tourists coming to Malaysia. Furthermore, the island is very beautiful and clean. Therefore, it is suitable for recreational activity and snorkeling and so on. Among the best Malaysia island, the attract tourists in is Pulau Langkawi. The reason is the diverse landscape of beaches, mountain, rainforest, mangrove, and wetland. Langkawi offer tourists the greatest variety of things to see and do. A popular activity here is to take a cable car ride up to Gunung Mat Cincang and walk across to Sky Bridge to see incredible view across Thailand. Many attractions abound here like the Laman Padi Rice Garden, the indoor um aquarium at the underwater world, an oriental village where visitors can visit culture show, watch snake charmer and ride elephant. Besides that, Pulau Tiaman European Pahang is also included among the best Malaysia island, considered by many of one of the world's most beautiful island. Tioman serves as a scenic backdrop in the 1958 movie South Pacific. Although one of the most commercial developed Malaysia island, Tioman still preserves much of its natural beauty and wildlife diversity that include monitor lizard. Because Tioman is surrounded by coral reef, the island is a hotspot for diving and snorkeling. Tourists here can also enjoy jungle trekking, swimming under waterfall, visit a turtle farm, and experience the local culture at the traditional village on Suara Beach. So, after hearing all the opinion, I decide the most important factor that make Malaysia one of the most famous tourist attraction in the world is the island. So, how about you guys? Do you agree with my opinion? Uh, first, candidate B.
I disagree with you, candidate D, because I agree with factor candidate A, food. As we know, Malaysia has a lot of delicious foods. Every culture and state, from every culture and state. For example, tourists come Malaysia, they always wanted to try delicious food and more enjoyable experience in Malaysia foods. And Malaysia food has become a trademark in Malaysia among tourists. How about you, candidate C? Did you agree with candidate A or D?
I not agree with candidate A. I'm agree with you, candidate B. It is because Malaysia is famous for its beautiful island. For example, we can see the German island has a beautiful island and many activities that we can do, like snorkeling and dive. After that, we can go to hike at the Monkey Beach. It's one of the famous beach on German island. Okay, that's all. What do you think, candidate A?
Thank you, candidate C. I agree with you. Tourists can try extreme activities such as kayaking, snorkeling, and hiking to see the scenery of Malaysia Island from above. Tourists can dive to the sea to see the fish in the ocean. The price of resort or hotel in Malaysia is quite reasonable with the facilities and providers. So majority of candidate has decided Iceland and beach is the most important from that. made Malaysia one of the famous tourist attraction in the world.